Welcome to day 18 in the 30 days to a complete screenplay screenwriting challenge. Today we're going to reach the midpoint, which according to the book, Into the Woods is the most important part of the story. Read that book if you're interested, link in the description below. But on the midpoint, your protagonist will reach a revelation that is going to show them the truth that they are denying and that they are not aware of. They're not ready to face this truth, though. This truth is too ego-shattering for them. So this moment is going to be rough. It's going to be a revelation, and they're going to carry this truth out with them for the rest of the movie, not accepting it until they have to accept it, which is in Act 3. The midpoint can do a bunch of different things. You can do 3 different things from what I can see. 1, it can completely change the direction of the plot. It can just make everything doubly hard for our protagonist. Christopher Nolan's a master of this. Look at Dark Knight Rises. In the first half, he's facing Bane.
Oh, your buddy!
In the second half, his back is broken and Gotham is a police state under Bane's control, right? He's massive leaps in the difference of where the movie is in the first half to the second half. Same thing in Interstellar. I'm not going to say what happens. Sometimes the midpoint will actually change the movie entirely. In the case of Parasite, right? We even almost change genres in the midpoint of Parasite. The first half is this weird, dark comedy, and the second half is like almost a horror thriller. But that one's less common. And the third thing it can do is it can bring a character, our hero, into conflict with themselves. And a giant revelation will be dropped in our character's lap that is going to show them a truth that they cannot face. And they're going to carry that truth with them all the way into Act 3, in which they will have to finally deal with it once and for all. To give you some examples of this, in the midpoint of The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy meets the wizard, and she's been told up to this point, hey, go meet with the wizard. He'll take care of you. He'll take you home. She meets the wizard, and he says, I don't help people who do not help themselves. Get me a witch's broom and I will help you. I will take you home. Now, this does a bunch of different things. 1, it takes the action from the movie from the first half of Act 2, which is just find the wizard, to now kill me a witch, right? Look at the escalation of conflict there. Kill me a witch is now the goal of the movie. Big shift in the action. And also it's given Dorothy a revelation, a little hint of what she needs to figure out, which is the wizard is cruel and he's trying to tell her, hey, he's cruel, but he's right? And he knows the truth, which is she needs to take care of this herself, and that she has everything in her that she needs. And that's the lesson she needs to learn by the end of the movie. That's what she ends up learning. There's no place like home. It doesn't really mean there's no place like home. It means I had everything I needed in me all along. And so this is what the midpoint does. So your midpoint is going to be a big, giant shift. And if you haven't figured that out, you got it, okay? So you need a big shift in the action that either makes everything 10 times harder, completely changes your movie into a different movie, or gives a revelation to your main character of what the truth is that the movie's about, or does any combination of those 3 things. And tomorrow we will start with the second half of Act 2, which is really Act 2.5, I guess. This is going to be where we give our audience the movie they didn't know they wanted.